Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me see your hands if you can hear me. Throw a one in the chat if you can see me. You can hear me. Everything's good. My friends, I missed you. It's only been a couple days, but I missed you. We had this incredible weekend together. I don't know if you were able to attend all of it, but what we're going to try and do today is we're going to try to recap everything that we talked about over the course of 3 full days over the weekend, the GoPro experience, into 1 hour. So see if we can just kind of encapsulate everything. Do me a favor. Rate your GoPro experience on a scale of 1 to 10. What was it like for you over the course of the weekend when it came to value, notes, ideas, decisions? What decisions did you make? You make some decisions. If I can tell you my secret plan, you know what my secret plan was for the whole GoPro experience? My secret agenda was to guide you to a decision. That was it. I wanted to give you a whole bunch of ideas. I wanted to give you a bunch of strategies. I wanted to offer up different insights and tips and tactics, but it was all about you getting closer to making a decision or making the full decision. So put me in the chat if you made a decision of some sort. I know it's a lot to take in. But in every session, there was something that caused somebody to make a decision. Because I believe once you make that decision, you can put yourself on a path, and 2026 can be different. The next 12 months can totally change your life. And I'm going to introduce Pete, and we're going to walk through this over the course of the next 60 minutes. But before I do, every year I come up with my word of the year. And I want to give you my word of the year. You want to hear what it is? Here's my word of the year. Leverage. Leverage. I want you to be able to employ leverage. I want you to be able to not just have an income, but turn your income into a business. I want to not only have you be doing work, but having you have your team be doing work while you're sleeping. I want thickness of skills, thickness of leadership within your organization to be able to give you the freedom that you're looking for. Few people have that type of leverage in their life. I want you to have it. Okay, so we're going to go through this today. I'm going to bring up Pete. Let's bring Pete up.
Hey, everybody. What's up?
Hey, there he is, Mr. Pete Vargas. So we've got this agenda, and it's very, very tight. We're going to try and keep total value throughout this entire hour, but you're going to help me do that. So I'm going to throw it to you, and then let's get moving.
Hey, guys, 2 quick things I want to ask you. Hey, I'm get the chance to work with Eric and Marina. Love them. I'm excited about this year. I'm thinking about my word too. As Eric says his word, I'm like, what is my word? And be thinking about that, what your word is too. But hey, a couple of things. We're going to go, number one, we're going to go through the entire GoPro experience in 1 hour. There was 12 sessions. I said, Eric, we've got about 4 minutes in each session. We're about to start that here in just a second. By the time we're done, we're probably going to take 15 or 20 minutes of Q&A. So have your questions ready in the chat. We're going to be asking questions. Yeah, we want to cover the ground. We want to cover a lot of ground. What was important? What was the most important pieces of each session? Cool. Second thing I want you to type, how many days were you there this week? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Write that in the chat. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or none. If you were none, you're like, dude, thank you for doing 0. Write 0 because you'll be like, thank you for giving me this hour. 0. We got some zeros. We got a lot of threes. We got some twos. We got some zeros. I love it. Zeros, we're going to save you, about 24 hours of time and do it in 1 hour. So write that in the chat really quickly. I'm going to be moving fast paced today. Last thing I want you to write in the chat might be the most important one. What's your financial and revenues goals for 2026? What are those? Because a lot of people do their goals, but they never reverse engineer them. What are your financial revenue goals for 2026? I want everybody to write this. If you don't write it, hey team, if they don't write it, boot them out of this free training. We don't have to refund anything. I'm joking. That's a joke. We want to know. Like I think it was somebody said, if you can't even write something in the chat, what makes you think you're going to do the next action? We want to know. Eric and I want to know what your goals are. So
And
this
Pete,
hour is dedicated.
just for everybody's sake, think think of your goals in terms of how much you want to be earning per month
Okay.
by the end of the year. Look at it that way, because it's going to be a progression. 12 months from
Yep.
today, what would a successful year be for you? December of 2026, how much are you going to make? Think of it that way. Okay.
I love that. I love that, Eric. Thank you for that clarification. We want that from every single person. So let's get jamming. I'm going to bring the deck up right here. Right here. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that okay? Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. And Eric, you can see that deck, right? Yep. All right.
Yep.
So
Got
here
it.
we go. Get all 3 days of GoPro experience fast tracked in 1 hour. That's the intention, is for us to get through all of this in 1 hour today. We've got a fast track guide for people who stay till the end. Eric said, pull up whoever stays all 60 minutes, and we're going to get you this fast track guide tomorrow. We'll email it to you, and literally we'll just go into the dashboard and say who stayed for 60 minutes. You don't have to stay for the Q&A with Eric. You just got to stay for 60 minutes, and we'll get that to you tomorrow. So obviously y'all know the GoPro story, Eric and Marina Wari. They're powerhouses. They're amazing. And here's the story I love about them. They're committed to the industry, not to a company. There's a big difference. There's beautiful companies in the industry, so many of them, and you represent them, and you don't need to say any of those or talk about those. But these two people have been committed to the industry since day one. They always want to know what's working in the industry. And so we've got some video clips for you today. We're going to play those video clips, and then Eric's going to elaborate on those video clips. And so first thing Eric talked about is the State of the Union. When you master these 6 areas, you become a pro in network marketing. So session 1, team, would you play the first video from session 1? And then I'm going to turn it over to Eric to elaborate what he would want you to know from session 1 before we move to session 2. Y'all are playing that, team, Rach? Uh-oh. Can we see anything? No sound. Rachel.
Don't worry, everybody. We'll figure it out. The technology on this side, we're seeing it too. We're not seeing the sound. So give us just 1 second. We'll play it from our side. Hold on.
To be able to put together a playbook. What is the roadmap in order to be able to really do this right?
I stopped my share, guys. I stopped the share of my screen. You can't see mine anymore.
Do you want me to start it over? Eric,
hold on.
Yeah, start it over, please. Start it over.
Yeah,
Jake.
we'll start it over. Yeah. Pete, if when you stop sharing on your side, it's good, and then we'll do it on our side. So we'll start it over. Here we go.
I went to be able to put together.
You got to stop sharing, Pete.
What is the roadmap in order to be able to really do this right? I found 6 things. You've got to be able to master sales. You have to be able to master sales, not just in theory. And if with every one of these, I want you to think about a couple things. You have to learn it. And here's when we know you've learned it. Evidence. Show us the results then. 2, teach it. Show me their sales. And then third, you got to learn to teach to teach. If you're going to have freedom and leverage, you got to teach your people to teach their people. Nothing happens unless we make a sale. Next, recruiting mastery. I was a recruiter my first 3.5 years, but I had no duplication. So guess what I needed to learn how to do? How to teach other people how to recruit, how to teach them to teach their people how to recruit. Third, big one, retention mastery. It's one thing to bring them in. It's another thing to keep them. We're not as good at keeping them as we are at bringing them in. Next, duplication mastery. Can you figure out a system that you can create duplication within your organization? Systems, processes, problem solving. Can you diagnose where it's broken down in your organization, quickly go in and fix it so it gets back duplicating again? Number 5, presentation mastery. You want to really judge the quality of any organization? Show me how many great presenters are within that organization. Great. They could present. They could teach people to present. They could teach people to teach people to present. The number of presenters, like right now, how many people on your team could you recommend to your company to do an opportunity presentation at your company convention? You'd be confident in them representing your entire team. And then finally, leadership. Leadership mastery. Developing leaders. Teaching people to teach. At the end of the day, it's the number of leaders that you have on your team that are going to make the biggest difference. Some of you. Some of you built this business with the force of your own personality. It's all on you. You got a lot of followers, not a lot of leaders. I'd like you to have both, right? People being developed, people developed, people developing others.
Yeah, Eric, take it away from that first session.
Yeah, here's what I would tell you with this. I saw Gertrude said, I can't teach what I don't have. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can teach what you don't have personally. You know, one of the great ways for you to learn is to teach. That's one of the great ways for you to learn. You learn so fast when you do, and you learn when you teach. So here's my point to you. With all of this, in order for us to be able to have sales mastery, recruiting mastery, retention, duplication, presentation, leadership, we need to really kind of focus on 3 things. One, we need to focus on keeping people in our business longer so they can make a decision. Keep them around longer. Keep them active longer. The whole retention game at every level. 2, we have to up our skills. I want you to develop your skills, and I want you to help the people in your organization to focus on getting their skills developed. And 3, ultimately, we want to be able to develop thickness of leadership. Okay, so we want to turn involvement into longer term involvement. Then we want to turn that into skills. Ultimately, you know, the best trained team wins. The highest skilled team is going to be most productive. And then we want those skills eventually to turn into leadership. So I want you to learn it. I want you to learn how to teach it. And I want you to teach other people to teach it. That's part of the decision, okay? And it could be one step at a time. I realized, because I felt really insecure. I don't know if you feel insecure. As I'm saying this, put a 7 in the chat if you feel insecure about teaching somebody else to do something that you're not great at. Like when I wasn't making big money, how do I go tell somebody how to go make big money when I'm not making it? I felt so out of alignment. But here's what I learned to do. I learned to take the wisdom of somebody else and share that wisdom with other people on how they could go make big money, even though I wasn't making it. I could tell them, I'm on the path with you, but I'm going to show you what my mentor has shared with me, and we can learn this together. Let's go do it together. So I realized I didn't have to, a top coach for the NFL doesn't have to be on the field in order to be able to coach. I could coach while I was learning. And yes, people want evidence. I get it. People want evidence. But you can say there's great power in this word, let's. If I'm talking to Willard, let's do it. Let's figure it out together, you and me. I'm trying to figure it out at the same time, but I have a reputable source for how to do it. I'm going to share that with you, and we can do it together. Let's do it. You see that? You see what I'm saying? That has all the credibility you need. You don't have to make the big money in order to be able to share how somebody else can make the big money. But you do need a good source of that information. So you're coming with credibility. You're using a third party source of wisdom, knowledge, skill in order to be able to get the leverage that you're looking for. See what I'm saying? So if you're struggling with insecurity, like you have to figure this out first before you can teach somebody else, I want you to release that. Just take a deep breath and let that go. You do not have to have all the evidence yourself day one in order for you to teach somebody else how to do what you need to do. I learned so much by teaching before I had the skills. That was the cool thing. So, Pete, your thoughts?
Hey, Eric, one of the things, I love that. And it's ironic that it goes with your word this year, leverage. But let's talk about another leverage point here. You shared something with me when we're together. There's these 6 core areas that you believe that when you begin to master, you become a pro. But it's not that 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 6. Every one of those skill sets you add, it exponentially is greater. So the 6 don't equal 6, do they, Eric? Every time you get really good at one, it's like this exponential effect, isn't it?
It's funny. What happened for me is little tiny things made huge differences. I learned how to tell my story, and it completely changed what I was willing to do when it came to talking to people. Just that little 2-minute thing. I learned how to share the product information. I learned how to invite people to a third-party tool instead of me trying to give all the facts myself, because I realized that didn't work. Little tiny things. How to get somebody to take a look. Just how do you get somebody to take a look? That they weren't going to look, but then you get them to take a look. I realized that most of marketing is getting somebody to try something. Like with your product, just get them to try. That's all what the biggest brands in the world do, is get somebody to try something. That's it. So little things. So I started collecting the little things. I collect a little thing here, a little thing there, a little thing here, a little thing there. And if I really wanted to anchor it, I would teach it to somebody else as fast as possible. That's what really helped me a lot.
Everybody, this year, make it a year where you get little things in all 6 of these areas. Because if you get a little thing here, a little thing here, 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 and here, and you got one little thing in all 6 areas, there's this compounding effect. Compounding interest is the greatest wonder of the world. Well, there's a compounding when you decide to not just invest in one, but all 6. So listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to save some time by not going back and forth with the deck. There's 12 sessions we've gone through. We've just gone through the first one. The second session was on retention. So if you're writing, Eric's giving you nuggets in 12 buckets today. That's your notes. The second session was retention. Jake, I'm not going to share my screen so that we can fire away right to the video clip in session 2 on retention.
If I could wave a magic wand and change anything about network marketing and be part of the change, what would it be? It's retention. If we change retention, we change everything. Keep more people around, we take the pressure off this. This gets so much easier and so much more predictable, so much more light and fun. But big change has to happen in order for us to be able to make that change. 100 million participants in network marketing, 200 billion annual revenue, 80 billion commissions, 200 million. daily commissions. Humongous. If you recruit 20 people in 30 days, you can expect generally to boil it down to like 4 people, one of them being a star, and the other 3 have the potential of maybe doing something. 80%. 20% retention. So let me show you a mind-numbing statistic. Out of approximately 100 million participants in network marketing, about 80% of them quit every year. Every 80 million people quit every year. And when I say quit, they don't storm out and send a letter of resignation and say, take me out of your database. They're still there. They just go from active, bink, to inactive. This is a fixable thing. You can start fixing this immediately. 2026, your numbers can be completely different.
Eric, that's crazy. What do you want to add to that for everybody in session 2 on retention?
Well, that it's not something you should feel bad about. It's something you should be excited about because it's completely fixable. You know, here's the thing. When we have a very low price of entry, what does it cost for somebody to get involved with your company as a distributor? Put it in the chat. What does it cost? How much? $227, $65, $35. What should retention be of a $100 business? What should it be? I mean, it's not $50,000. It's not $100,000. It's next to nothing. So tiny, tiny, tiny investment. And we set expectations that are unrealistic. We tell everybody it's easy, it's not. We tell people it's simple, it's not. We tell people the product sells itself, it doesn't. We tell people that everybody's winning, and they won't. So we have this expectation gap between what we tell people and what reality is. And then you add a low price of entry to it. People don't have the skills. And when you have that, it's a bad cocktail. See, the truth is good enough. Here's our job. Our job is to get people to participate and then to stay around a little longer. That's the game. Get people to stay an extra 90 days. Get people to stay an extra 6 months. And you could do tiny little things in order to be able to help somebody stay. They just need to get some positive reinforcement in some way. It could be on product, could be about pride and company mission. It could be around commissions. If a person earns a one single dollar in their first 90 days, retention goes from 20% to 74%. You believe that? A single dollar from your company. Is there a way that you could help somebody earn a dollar? Answer is yes. We just have to do that. But we bring somebody in, and you know what we tend to do? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? We got to just sit with somebody for a minute and help them have a good experience. And when they have a good experience, you're not going to buy somebody staying around for 5 years if they don't get any results, but you can buy a week, and then you can buy a month, and then you could buy 90 days, and then maybe 6 months, and turn their involvement, and eventually over that period of time they can make a decision. Eventually over that period of time they'll develop some skills, they'll build some confidence. Hopefully over time some of them become leaders. But it doesn't take much to make a huge, huge impact on retention if we focus on it. If we can get people to stay around longer, we can help them have more skills, and then we can help them become leaders. Some of them, not everybody, but some of them, right? If we take 20%, we turn it into 40%. You double the retention on your team. Did you know that every 5% you increase retention, you'll increase your commissions long-term about 25%? For every 5%. So how many of those 5% can you find? Help somebody have a great product experience. Help somebody make a friend. Help somebody get some results. Help somebody build some confidence. Learn some skills. Help somebody whatever. So this is something that's fixable. It's a huge opportunity, and those in network marketing that step into it are going to have a much more predictable result. Instead of having a leaky bucket, you pour it in the top, it goes out the bottom. If that's frustrating for you, we'll show you how to pour it in and have a much smaller hole. I mean, there's no such thing as zero as holding everybody forever. Netflix loses 2% of its subscribers every single month. 2% every single month. Now they have a marketing machine that replaces that plus, but still 2% every single month. So if they have that, you're going to have some too. But it doesn't need to be the numbers that it is right now. It's a huge opportunity, and I want to be part of the solution. And if you want to be part of the solution, we can find little things in order to be able to improve that. So retention's huge, and it's going to change the game for sure. So
hey, before I go to our third session, I would tell you this. I got something in my right hand, and this is not only one of the challenges that we're going to do for our certification and mentorship group this year, but it should be the thing that stuck out to you more than anything that Eric just said. And it's that retention goes from, did you say 20% to 74%?
20% within 90 days. If people don't earn any money in the first 90 days, the retention will be about 20%. If they earn $1, it goes to, on average, about 74%.
Guys, that's it. Like I would go get like some dollars and just award different activities. But think about that. If they earn $1, meaning they land one customer, they're going to stick on average 74%. We're going to do a big chat.
And you can't give them $1 because I consult with lots of different companies, and the CEOs say, "Can we just send them $1?" I'm like, no.
No, you can't give. They got to earn it.
They have to actually earn it in order for those numbers to be able to hold. But yeah.
Helps. So one of the challenges we're going to do this year in the community is making sure that people are earning that first dollar, everybody. So let's go to session 3. Session 3 was around sales. And man, I love this point that Eric drove home in session 3. We're going to session 3, 12 sessions in 1 hour, 3 days in 1 hour.
We're salespeople. We're super salespeople. We're necessary. And I think we're one of the protected fields as AI continues to rise. We're one of the protected fields. Here's why. How many of you are already starting to distrust things that you see on social? So as trust falls, guess what's going to be more valued? A person that you know recommending something that worked for them. So demonstration, education, trust. Now, sales mastery is what? 1, learning it to the point that you can sell. Any day you want, you can connect with that prospect. You can eventually educate that prospect, sell that product if you want to. Yeah? When I first joined, I was not interested in selling at all. Not even at all. I just wanted to build a team. It was too emotional, painful for the amount of money I made. For me, as an introverted person. So selling one particular product, if I made $27, keep the $27. I don't want it. But I realized in order to get a team to do it, I need to do it. Okay. So if I want to get 100 people selling 3 products a week, I need to sell 3 products a week. Now I get to sell 303 products a week. As a team, I get it. I'll do it now. What I realize is if you create simple processes that still need to be learned, so scripts that still can be learned, basic scripts. There's organizations that make tons of sales with really simple scripts. Like they have 3 scripts for their whole team. And what are those scripts and tools doing? Buying time. buying time to become more naturally skilled, buying time to learn how to build rapport, buying time to learn how to pivot a conversation, buying time to learn how to overcome an objection naturally, answer questions easily.
Yeah, Eric, this was a powerful session and a powerful nugget. What would you want to expand on it?
I would just tell you this, with all the 6 things: sales, recruiting, retention, duplication, presentation, leadership, and all 6 things, there's a big lie that's going on around in the world. And you hear it from some of the most successful people, these millionaires and billionaires. And here's the advice. Only do what you love, because if you only do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Right? Have you heard this theme? Only do what you love? It's not true. I don't even know why they say it. It's not true. There's no such thing as only doing what you love. If any of you are parents, as a parent, did you only do what you loved parenting your child? Of course not. There's some of it that's hard. Some of it was difficult, challenging, emotional, whatever, but it's worth it. Of course, your love for your child, your love for your family was enough in order for you to be able to do things that were uncomfortable, getting up at 3 a.m. and, potty training and diapers and all that stuff. You had to do all kinds of different things. So the same thing's true. You don't have to love every part of network marketing in order to be able to love the total result at the end. I didn't love sales and I didn't love recruiting. So how could I possibly be successful in building a business as an introverted person? The only way I could do it was I had to get comfortable with being uncomfortable in that area, because I love the team side. I love this, what we're doing now. I love this part. But I have to do the uncomfortable part in order to have the team. I had to kick the snowball off the top of the mountain to create the avalanche. I had to do that uncomfortable thing every once in a while. Okay? And there's a reason why they call it growing pains. With each one of these skills, there's going to be growing pains. If you're not a good presenter, there's going to be growing pains. If you're not a good leader, there's going to be growing pains. That's part of growth. It's okay. It's okay. What's not okay is staying where you are. Okay, what is okay is dealing with this stuff in a supportive environment. So, Pete, let's keep going.
So, guys, we're on now session 4. For those of you that are popping up, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of people from all across the world. We're covering all 12 sessions in 60 minutes. We're a little bit behind, but we're going to pick up the speed. We're in session 4 to conclude day 1. We just finished day 1 in 20 minutes. So you didn't have to be here all 8 hours. Session 4 is duplication. Let's see what Eric says in there and the big nugget there.
Duplication was a mystery for me for 3.5 years. I had addition, subtraction, but I did not have duplication. Systems are a big deal, yeah, for duplication. But if you just have systems only, you'll have a weak organization. Sometimes being an amazing upline kills duplication. Isn't that weird? So if you just be amazing for everybody, then they don't have to develop. They just lean on you. And it feeds your ego, makes you feel good. You're designing every program. You're designing every campaign. You're designing every system. You're designing all the stuff. You're like the poster child of uplines. You cannot get to duplication without decision, skills, and leadership. By time to make the decision, develop those skills, turn them into leaders, repeat. You know what? After 3.5 years, I was weary of it being all on me. And I finally got hungry enough to say, okay, I'm done having it all be on me. I'm going to figure out duplication mastery, period. I'm figuring it out. And I did. And it only took like 2 years to go from struggling to $1 million a year after that. 2 years. Everything changed. By the time I was 29 years old, $1 million a year.
Wow, Eric. That's powerful.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I spent my first 3.5 years in network marketing full time. struggling. I had addition and subtraction. I did not have duplication at all. I didn't even understand it. I was so confused by people who had these huge organizations. I didn't get it because I kept waiting for everybody else to do things in my organization. I'd step away or I'd do everything for everybody. And it was trying to find this balance of figuring out the way to get duplication is taking people on a journey from dependence to independence. Take people on a journey from dependence to independence to interdependence. And what I mean by that is they're dependent on you completely. They learn how to become independent from you by developing skills. Then they learn how to be interdependent, which means they're going to work with you long term. They don't need you, but they're going to work with you. So you've got to crack duplication. Otherwise, you only have a job. You traded a job outside of network marketing for a job inside of network marketing. If you don't figure out duplication. Duplication is a must. Okay? So let's keep going.
Guys, our day one's done. State of the Union session 1, retention session 2, sales session 3, and duplication session 4. We're going into day 2, and we start day 2 out, session 5, with presentation. Here we go.
And I'm going to tell you, for me, one of the early ones that helped me on my journey to start to say, okay, am I going to be a pro here, was presentation. Isn't that interesting? It wasn't necessarily sales. It wasn't necessarily recruiting. At the beginning for sales and recruiting, I plugged in. I was a good soldier. But at a training, first of all, I noticed a couple things. One, the person up in front of the room was always the people making the money. And somebody actually said in the training, the person with the marker, drawing the circles and stuff, the person with the marker makes the money. And I decided that if the person with the marker makes the money, I'm going to get that marker. This marker's mine. I'm getting the marker. Here's the thing. I could pretend I could be an actor, even though I wasn't a leader. Okay? So I could learn my lines. If there was a commercial that you could film and be the star of a 1-minute commercial on television, and they would pay you $1 million a year to be that spokesperson, but you had to learn some lines. How many of you could learn the lines for $1 million a year? You could learn the lines. How many of you could nail it? Yeah, for sure. Even if it's not your nature, you can nail it. So that's the way I treated it. I wrote down every word of a presentation, word by word. Here's what I want for you. I want to work to help you develop all of these. Because when you do, building your business gets, oh my gosh, I struggle describing how much easier building your business will be when you're excellent at this.
Such a big deal. Here's what I would tell you. On the presentation side, an early mentor of mine just told me, Eric, if you learn how to communicate with your words, if you learn how to be a speaker, you never have to worry about money for the rest of your life. If you learn how to influence people. So it just started by telling my story, and then I learned the next skill, the next skill, the next skill. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to want to be a presenter. I want you to make a decision that you're going to become amazing. You're going to become excellent. And what's so great about network marketing is you'll have lots of time to practice. Every day you can do another presentation with a prospect. Every day you can do another presentation over coffee. Every day you can do another presentation over Zoom. And you can get the repetitions in order to become amazing at this, okay? So we're not going to cover this in 3 minutes, but I just want you to make a decision. I'm going to become a great presenter, okay? Put a 5 in the chat if you're ready to make that decision or make that commitment. I'm going to become a great presenter, because if you do become a great presenter, your whole network marketing career is going to get easier, I promise, okay? So we talked about 5 big skills. Pete, let's get into the 6th.
Let's go to the 6th one, guys. That's leadership. This is right before lunch on day 2, leadership.
how to become a more effective leader, how to lead yourself, how to lead your team, how to lead leaders. Leadership, this is the holy grail of our business. Because the stronger and the thicker your leaders are in your organization, the more stable and predictable your business is going to be. It's really as simple as that. It rises and falls on leadership. Sometimes we think, well, I need to go to this other country because it's hot in that other country and network marketing is no good in my country. Here's what I learned. There's no such thing as geography limitations. You notice some parts of the world never took off until a leader showed up. And when a leader showed up in that part of your country or that part of the world, the business took off. I actively sought out coaches. I actively sought out mentors. I actively sought out environments. I worked to earn my way into a more powerful crowd. I was sitting backstage with Jim Rohn one time, and it was always special. One thing you might not know about Jim Rohn is he was not really the same guy one-on-one as he was on stage. He was the brightest version of himself on stage, but he was extremely shy, very quiet. If you go to dinner with Jim, it was a quiet dinner. He wasn't holding court. Anybody ever meet Mr. Rohn? You know what I'm talking about? Did you ever meet him privately? You know what I'm talking about, yes? So I'm sitting backstage. I just happened to be sitting next to each other. I said, Mr. Rohn, can I ask you a question? He said, sure. I said, why do you still do this? Why are you still traveling around? And he could have just said, well, you know, something to do. But here's what he said. He got a little smile on his face. He said, I'll tell you why. I do it for the tap on the shoulder. And I said, what do you mean by that? He said, I do it because there's people today that are going to take notes. They're going to make a decision. They're going to change their life. They're going to move forward. I don't know their name today. But 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, I'm going to get a tap on the shoulder, or somebody's going to tell a story about this person, and they're going to say, you don't know me, but here's the notes that I took, and it changed my life. I learned how to lead me. Then I was equipped to lead others. Then I was equipped. We try to get shortcuts, all of us. We hope network marketing will be a shortcut for us. I'm here to tell you that there aren't shortcuts to legacy. There aren't shortcuts to real impact and contribution. You need to be prepared for the moment. What is a leader? Here's the best way I can describe it. A leader causes other people to do more than they were going to do. If they were going to do nothing, a leader will cause them to do something. If they're going to do a little bit, they'll cause them to do a little bit more. If they're going to do a lot, they'll cause them to do a lot, but do it faster. A leader will cause people to do more or do things faster. They'll create environments. They'll understand that this person might be driven by support, and that will cause them to take more action. This person might need tough love in order for them to get into more action. This person needs competition for them to get into action. This person needs to have an example shown to them. This person needs a very precise process. This person just needs to be sent out and go learn from experience.
So here's what I would tell you with this. You might be feeling the tension of trying to put all of this into 1 hour, yes? And if you're like, no, tell me a little bit more. Tell me how I go get retention. Tell me how I go get sales. You're feeling that tension? Because me as a teacher, I want to just stop and start training you all over again. I want to just do the event all over again and talk to you about leadership and let's go, right? We'll show you at the end of this, for those of you that are super hungry and ready to step in and say, you know what, this is my time. This is my year. I want to do it. I want all the information. I want all the training. I want all the stuff. We'll show you how to be able to access that as you move forward to make 2026 your breakthrough year. Okay, we'll show you that. But for now, let's just keep moving. And Pete, why don't you go into the next section?
Yeah, let's go into section 7, guys. This is 7. Remember, we're giving you big nuggets from each. Big nuggets. That's what we're doing. Eric gave you 50 nuggets during the hour. We're giving you one of the biggest nuggets of the hour so you can take that home. So you're still getting content. Session seven was recruiting. Let's go to recruiting.
Once I figured out recruiting, my life changed, my business changed. I've started to be able to have at least a chance to get people in. There was a lot of lack of confidence. I feel stuck. I know what I should do, but I can't get myself to do it. I'm not sure if I'm enough. It was the common theme. And here's what I'm here to tell you. I struggled with confidence too. But you know what helped me with confidence? Competence. So guess what a conversation with a prospect is? An at-bat. That's all it is. It's just another rep. It might work, just another rep. So either you get a hit or you're going to learn something. You don't have to win every single time in order to be able to build confidence. You don't. So somebody do me a favor, pull up ChatGPT and ask the question, what are the career awards or career accomplishments for Roger Federer as a tennis player? I know the answer to the question. 20 Grand Slams, 103 ATP singles titles, world number one, 310 weeks he was world number one, consecutive weeks, Davis Cup, Olympic medals, Olympic gold doubles over and over and over and over, Sportsman of the Year 5 times, fan favorite, 30 Guinness World Records. Okay, not the full list. Let me ask you a question. What percentage of points that he played professionally do you think he won? 54. He lost 46% of the points that he played. And look at all the awards. He didn't win everything. He lost almost as much as he won. We get annoyed if we talk to 10 people and 5 of them say no. A hard no. Some of the points were humiliating. Some of the points were embarrassing. Some of the points were terrible. Right? But he won enough points in order to be able to, some people would call him the best ever. I'm an introverted person. Conversations wear me out. Okay? But they're necessary. And we make a few mistakes when it comes to conversations. One is we don't have enough. If you are honest, how many conversations are you currently engaged in right now? Either there's a message out to them or there's a message to you that you need to respond to. If it's less than 100, that's probably not a good thing for you. You're more a connector than you are a recruiter. You're more of a connector than a recruiter. You just need to connect people to the information. Because once people get educated and understand what you have, it's easy to make a decision.
Easy to make a decision. Now, here's the point that I want you all to understand. What I want you to understand is this. What I was talking about there is if you put in the reps are going to, if you stay around long enough and you put in the reps, you'll develop the skills. Okay? If you teach other people to do it, you're going to strengthen those skills. You're going to deepen those skills. If you learn from every experience, you're going to be able to improve those skills. I did not love the thought of recruiting, but I learned how to become great at it because it was necessary for me to be able to build community and bring value to those people. That's what was necessary. Okay? So, Pete, I want to make sure that we I sent you a text. Do we want to skip any of these sections, or we want to hit them all?
We'll be okay. I've got it. Hey, who's enjoying it? Good. Okay, we're going to go fast, Eric. I'll text you back on this next one. This next one's only a minute. Hey, quick question for you guys. How many of you feel, just say yes or no, you have a product or an opportunity that could change somebody's life? How many? Yes in the chat. Zig Ziglar, one of his not most famous quotes that people don't know is this one, Eric. You have a moral obligation to get your products and services out to the world. People always ask me, why is it so easy for you to recruit? into certification program or into next level mastermind or whatever. Because when you know something changes somebody's life, you have a moral obligation to get it out to the world. Him putting the word moral in there is crazy. So anybody who said yes, you have a moral obligation to get your products and services out to the world. Let's go to session 8. Russell Brunson, a little bit more on sales and marketing. It's 1 minute, and we'll go from there.
I am very introverted. People never believe me that because they see me on stage doing my thing and they think that I'm very extroverted, but I'm not. I signed up for my first network marketing program, and I remember he told me I needed to call people, and I got so much anxiety and so much fear that I never called my friend back. I was on the product for like 5 years because I loved the product, but I didn't dare to call anybody. I had a chance to speak at an event that had 9,000 people at it. I spoke for 90 minutes. At the end of the 90 minutes, I had a chance to make an offer for $2,997. Again, there were 9,000 people in the room. And from that, I made the offer, and there was this huge table rush. And from that, 1,079 people went and bought the $3,000 offer.
The goal was $3 million in sales, and we ended up doing over $3.2 million in that 90-minute window.
Okay? I was thinking about this. Like, if I was to go and try to do this one-on-one, right? There's 9,000 people in the room. It would take 90 minutes to explain to one person, and then the next person. If I lined them up in a huge line, I was like, how long would it actually taken me to have that conversation with 9,000 people? Okay? It's 8,110 minutes. Okay, if I was working 40 hours a week, it would have taken me 6.49 years to line them up and get the same presentation to the first person, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Yet for a lot of you guys, that's what you're doing. You're doing presentation after presentation after presentation, right? I spent 90 minutes. I had 810,000 minutes worth of impact with getting my message out there, okay? This is why I love one-to-many. But I want you to understand that this is a learnable skill that anybody can do. And I went from that guy who was scared to death, made 0 sales, to within a couple of years set the world records doing $3.2 million in sales in 90 minutes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, here's the idea. The idea is, and what Russell talked about, is you can learn the additional skill of being able to present to larger groups, one-to-many. And what would it feel like to be able to do one presentation and recruit 10 people? Personally recruit 20 people or 30 people in one presentation. What would that do for your business? If you could do a presentation and add 100 customers in one presentation versus 100 different one-on-ones. Now the one-on-ones have great value. Don't sleep on the one-on-ones. But if you can add one-to-many to your skill set, in addition to the one-on-one, it would literally change your life. So, Pete, let's keep moving.
Hey, session 9, Eric, instead of rolling the video, I'm going to make an audible here, and I'm just going to ask you a question. Session 9 was all about mentors. I think people do not, and mindset, mentors and mindset. What would you say to the people who are scared to make an investment, scared about this next year, and talk about the importance of mentors in your life just for 2 minutes? I'm going to ask you to give something live versus the video.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to say, and be honest, okay? How many of you struggle with confidence? Put a 7 in the chat if you struggle with confidence. You struggle with your own sense of self-esteem when it comes to network marketing. You struggle with, are you enough? That you can even do it. Look at all the 7s. This is the biggest epidemic in our whole business. I had the same exact. That's why I relate to you so closely. Here's what I will tell you. The greatest shortcut, I learned this by the end of my first 3.5 years, the greatest shortcut to your breakthrough are coaches, mentors, and masterminds. Somebody that believes in you, somebody that won't let you play small, somebody that will push you to your potential, somebody that will guide you to be able to have the breakthrough that you need to have. Part of it's decision, right? It took me 3.5 years to really make the decision. I thought I made the decision, but I really didn't. After making that decision, then I needed to tap into coaches, mentors, and masterminds. They're a cheat code. If you can get in a group, in a community in any way, or a learning environment in any way, or access coaching in any way, it's like a time machine. You step into it, you become 3 years smarter without being 3 years older. I'm just telling you, none of us have unlimited time. We need to do the best we can to maximize the time, to prepare as quickly as possible to have the breakthrough. Because if I could save you 3.5 years of pain that I went through before I had my breakthrough, I would do it. But you have to take a step. So we're stuck in this mix of you're insecure. Get it, been there, but you need to take a step to access the knowledge and skill and information necessary to have a breakthrough. So how do you make a decision even if you're insecure? Sometimes it's a leap of faith. Sometimes you need to jump off the cliff and grow wings. Sometimes you just have to say, I'm doing it, even if it's not rational. So that's what you have to do sometimes. That's what I did. Before I had it figured out, here's what super successful people do. Here's what I found out. They say yes before they even know how. They tell the whole world, and then they figure it out. You know what average people do? They try to figure it out. And if they figure it out, then they quietly say yes, and only if they succeed, then they tell the world. Super successful people say yes first, and then they figure it out. They literally jump and grow wings. Sometimes I hate to be so dramatic, but sometimes you need to be dramatic to have a breakthrough. Sometimes a breakthrough is not gradual. Sometimes it's a moment. I'm doing it. Even if nobody in your world would understand. Do it. I did crazy stuff that nobody that I knew would do. I still do crazy stuff that nobody would recommend. I'm used to it now. But at the beginning, first big step, scary. Right? It helped a little bit. I didn't have too much to lose. Back in the day, I had to do something. I mean, I was desperate. I had to do something because if I didn't do something, I was going back to food service. I was going back to waiting tables at Denny's. That's where I was going back to, and I just couldn't go back there. So I did something and changed my life. You need to do some stuff too. Big decisions, big moments. It's those decisions you're going to look back and say, I'm so glad that I did. That's what changed everything. So Pete.
I love it. Hey guys, so we're through nine sessions now. We've got two more. We're going to do these last two very powerfully. And remember, those that stay till the end, when Eric and I are done, we've got the free gift that we will email to those people that are staying till the end. And it will be sent to you. It'll be like a guide, the PDF guide of the Cliff Notes version of everything we've done. So, hey, this session, quick little minute video here on the power of your personal brand. Let's watch this one.
There's two types of personal brands. And there's one I hate and one I love. There's the personal brand on this side that likes to build a personal brand because they want the followers, they want the likes, they want the hearts. And then there's people who build personal brands on this side that want the customers, that want the transformation, that want to be in those people's ears every single day, not just with a little bit of scrolling and a quick little like and a quick little heart. And they want the revenues, they want the customers. I'll do more with my 50,000 people on Instagram than most people will do with their millions of people on Instagram. Because I want you to have more customers. Zig Ziglar said, I never change someone's life from a speaking gig. But if they buy my tapes and cassettes, I got a shot at changing their lives. Because then I will be in their ear every day because they're truly in my community and not just this follower. When they buy your products and services, that's when you got a shot at changing their lives, not when they follow you.
Yeah, Eric, talk about the power of a personal brand just for a second.
Well, here's the thing. I was uncomfortable with the idea of branding. It sounds like I was uncomfortable with everything, right? I kind of was, but I was uncomfortable with this idea of branding. I was okay talking about the company's brand and my upline's brand and everything else, But what I realized is my team needed to see me and be proud of me in order for them to take the action that was necessary for them to have a breakthrough. They needed me to show up and stand for something. They needed me to have standards. They needed me to be willing to say no to some things and to say yes to other things. They needed me to show up and be on my best behavior and look the part, be able to act the part. So, and not being phony, but being the best version of myself. They needed that. Your team needs you to show up as the best version of you, because it will inspire them to take action that they wouldn't normally take. Okay? People want real, but they want the best version of real. Somebody say, well, I need to be real. I'm just being real. But then you show your team every negative thing that's happening in your life. They don't need that. They need the best version of you, not the rawest version of you. They need something to like build, give them a little confidence. So you building your brand is actually quite important. And it's a decision. Every one of you, regardless of your background and experience, you can build a brand that will cause people to take more action. And if you cause people to take more action, stay around longer, they can make a decision, they can develop some skills, and they can become leaders. So you're a part of the story. It's not just your company, your comp plan, and your upline, and your tools and systems. It's you too. Okay? So Pete.
Yeah, we're at the 60-minute mark, guys. Hang out with us for about 10 or 15 more minutes. And I just got a text that this next one is Marina Wari, 3 minutes long video. It's fire. So I'm going to save it for about 7 minutes right now. If it's that fire, it's probably going to be the most fire out of all of them. Let's be honest. But I just want to remind you guys, because we actually kickstart the program Monday. Eric's doing your best year training for your 2026 goals and how to have a breakthrough year and the best year of your life on Monday. And so we've decided we didn't.
And a lot of people might not even know what we mean when we say program. We have an entire certification course that we put together to certify you in all of these categories, and as Pete said, one of those is kind of like as a bonus is on Monday to design the next 12 months for your breakthrough, to really go over it. So sorry, Pete, for interrupting.
No, you're okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I really want to briefly tell you about this because we had a 50,000 people, just shy of 50,000 people registered for this last weekend. The number one complaint was I didn't get my questions answered. I didn't understand the program fully. If you didn't come to anything, you're about to understand it. So in 7 minutes, I'm going to power through that right now because we're going to keep it open through this week because the program starts on Monday. It literally starts on Monday. And so I'm going to go through that really fast. I'm going to play Marina's, and then Eric and I will take a few questions, but we want to make sure you get your questions answered here. So let me just share this really quickly here. We have the GoPro. This is historic. It's never been done. It's the GoPro Mentor Certification and Mentorship. This is the gold standard in certification from Eric and Marina. The certification is going to help you master all 6 areas. Mentorship will help you implement in all 6 areas. So I want to roll through this really quickly. We're excited. This is the certification program. You know, we went through 12 sessions in 60 minutes today. Imagine going through these 6 sessions in the next 12 months and becoming a master. That's exactly what we want you to do. We want you to become a founding member. And the beautiful thing of our founding members is this next year, you'll get to go through the training live. And if you can't make the dates, it will be within your dashboard within a week to 2 weeks, so you can go through it on demand. It's 4 hours through all 6 areas, 24 hours. You become a master in all 6 areas, and you've got lifetime access to that. So there's 4 major components to it. You got the trainings, what I just said. You get the student workbooks to go through, which we demonstrated those on stage, which is Eric's life's work. You get GPC, which is GoPro certification, and you can get certified in all 6 areas. And once you do, you become master certified once you go through all 6 areas. And so we're excited. Here's the dates. Each one of these certifications is $5,000 worth of value. This is one on March 5th and 6th. We'll go through sales on March 5th and 6th. And Russell Brunson will be a guest teacher. And we'll go through recruiting on March 5th and 6th. You'll be able to go through those live, either in person or virtual, your call. And once you get through it, you will take a test and you will get a certificate if you pass that test. And then 2 weeks later, it will be uploaded in your portal where you have lifetime access in case you want to go through it on demand. Then retention mastery is in April. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. Duplication mastery, and only virtually. April's virtual. June is virtual. 4 hours. That's it. And then you're going to go through presentation mastery on August 18th, which is also virtual. And then there will be many of you and Lisa Nichols will be one of our guest teachers for presentation mastery. And then there will be many of you, leadership will be September 29th. Cannot wait for this one. And then the final, and then you will be complete. All 6 will be done. And what happens is you get these beautiful student workbooks that are Eric's life's work. It's not just the core curriculum, it's the case studies. It's the campaigns. It's all of the stuff from his 35 years in the industry. You get those when we deliver those. You get those live when we deliver those. So that's the second component of certification. The third component of certification is you come out and you spend 2 days in person or virtual where we go deeper into all 6 areas of what's working now. And all of that gets uploaded into your portal as well. But then we recognize all of our certified students and all of our master certified students. If you only want to finish 2 or 3 of them, you can, because you're like, I'm good at 2 or 3. I just need 2 or 3. Well, you would get a certificate of graduation diploma on those. But when you finish all 6 of them, so that's what you get as you finish individual ones. But when you become a master certified presenter, you get this beautiful plaque right here that you are GoPro certified. The price, that is so priceless, everybody. That is the certification. You are going to be a founding member. You are going to get it cheaper than any pricing that anybody has ever gotten. It will only go up from here, but we want our founding members to really be taken care of. That's the certification. Look at the value of that, over $37,000 worth of value for the certification. Really quickly, the second part, mentorship is what helps you win and implement in these 6 areas. I want you to see this last video from Marina, so stick with me. Mentorship is what helps you win in these 6 areas. It helps you take it to another level. So here are the things that you're getting with mentorship. You're getting daily mentoring from Eric. You're getting the 2 weekly coaching calls. You're getting the GoPro library. Eric, my screen, I can't see the thing on the far right over there. What is that?
Quarterly
upper top right.
community challenges.
We're doing challenges every quarter as a community to help you build your business. You get the GoPro certified community on an app, and you're able to ask Eric AI anything. These are the components of what mentorship is. Daily mentoring videos from Eric every single day, 8 to 10 minutes. 2 weekly live coaching calls. We do one around mindset and then another one around skill set, social media, or AI, helping you implement. These are implementation calls. You get access to the entire GoPro library of courses. You get the quarterly challenges where we're going to help people earn their first dollar within your team so that you're winning. Every quarter, we do a challenge together and we mentor you in that challenge. You get the GoPro certified community on an app that you can be in communication with and build around, and you'll get to see them at the GoPro certified event. And you get Eric AI, your instant expertise, proven scripts, strategies, your shortcut to mastery. And so the mentorship, the value of mentorship is quite extreme too. And let me bring this up really quickly here. Over $20,000 worth of value on the mentorship side. Guys, this program starts really quickly. It's over $58,000 of value for both the certification and the mentorship. And we're so excited to announce that you get to do it for a one pay of $74.97 or 6 payments of $14.97. And we are keeping this open until Sunday because the program starts Monday. And we're giving you the ability. We couldn't believe it, Eric. 80% of the people took this, but 20% of the people said, we just want the certification. That's all I need. I got a mentor. I got a coach. That's okay. Then take the certification and do the certification just in itself. And so, guys, what we want to say is, and there's also a payment plan on just doing the certification. You can do a 6 pay of $997 or a 1 pay of $4,997 for that as well. So there's 2 options for you to jam with us. You can go to GoProCertified.com or you can go on your dashboard right now to take advantage of this. 2 incredible bonuses to get you started. First, the program is going to be delivered in 6 different languages. We've got 100% GoPro guarantee. Do the work, and if you don't love it, get the results. We'll give you your money back. We're not afraid. We know what this program is going to do. And so 2 bonuses. Anybody who takes advantage of either offer, either the certification and mentorship or just certification, December 15th, we're doing Make 2026 the best year of your life yet. And Eric's going to lead you guys through next week through a facilitated, powerful thing that's going to help you set up 2026 to be great. As well as you're getting Russell Brunson's 10X Secrets Master Program that I believe he sold for $3,000 or $4,000 when he sold it initially. And he's bonusing that in of how you can really do one-to-many in your business. Now, those that take advantage of the GoPro certification and mentorship are going to get a 1-day branding event where we're going to build out a talk. We're going to map out your content for a year. We're going to give you a social media makeover. We're going to have you interviewed and an article written for you that's going to give you credibility. We're going to give you a GoPro stage speakers reel where you're going to speak on the GoPro stage in front of an audience. And we're going to give you a professional speakers reel. And we're going to submit you into the presenters competition, kind of like a speak off to see who are our best certified presenters on the planet, which will give you another badge of honor next to you. All of this is going to happen in a day. I used to charge $8,900 for this. Eric and Marina and I talked about this. We will sell this for $5,000 to $7,000 this next year. But for our founding members who do both the certification and the mentorship, we're bonusing that in. And so, Eric, we've got you are also going to bonus in a one-on-one coaching call, quarterly coaching call with one of our GoPro mentors for anybody that does both as well. And so it's incredible, guys. We hope that you will take advantage of either the certification and the mentorship. Literally go and say, I'm in. And if I'm in, put the words I'm in the chat. Go and say I'm in. Or if you have questions for an advisor, we have advisors here right now to answer your questions. We want to make sure that you take advantage of this because it will impact and change your life. Eric, what else would you say about this before we play Marina's video as our closing video?
Here's the thing. For things to change, you got to change. What's your plan? If you want to do this, you really want to go after it, what's your plan? Put a 7 in the chat if your biggest issue is finances in making this decision. That's your biggest issue. If finances wasn't an issue, this would be an easy decision, right? Well, I'll just tell you a few things about that. My word for this year is leverage. Guess how I'm going to achieve leverage? Through you. And here's what I mean by that. I can't reach the whole world. I need help. I need you to be equipped to be able to go and impact other people. Like Jim Rohn, he said, I want to be the person who impacts the few who impact the many. That's what I want to do. I want to pour everything that I've learned in 37 years into you so you can go impact the world. And you're going to get a reward for that, of course, for doing that because It's just the way the world works. You're going to get rewarded for bringing value to the world. But I want to help you be equipped to be able to do that. My youngest son is a sophomore in college. Here's what I will tell you about him. He can't afford $80,000 a year. He can't afford it. Guess how he's doing it? He's got somebody who believes in him that's doing it. Some of you are going to have to do something irrational in order to be able to go from where you are to where you want to go. And it's not going to make sense on paper. But this is not a 4-year degree. This is like a trade school. We're going to spend over $300,000 on our son for a degree that I don't know what it's going to mean by the time he's done. But this, you're going to have the skills. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You're going to finish with the skills. So if it's scary, if you're sweaty, if you're like, I'm not sure if this is the right thing for me, this is a big step. I've never taken a step like this. Then this is a decision that you should make. If some of you are even a little bit mad that we're making this offer and the price is what it is, then that tension in your body is telling you that maybe this is what needs to happen in order for you to go from one level to another. If you're done crawling, if you're done playing small, if you're done feeling insecure, if you would like to release the fear and release the insecurity and release the self-doubt, if you'd like to let go of that, and a year from today be completely equipped, certified, and be able to go in front of people with confidence, then do the crazy thing. This is what I wish I had the first day I joined network marketing, not having any money. I had to borrow the money to join network marketing from my dad. I didn't have the money. I couldn't do it if I tried. I couldn't even pay rent. I had to figure it out. But if this was available, I'd go to my dad and say, equip me, Dad. In addition to just let me join this company, help me become equipped. If I could have become certified in the first 6 or 8 months instead of 3.5 years, I'd have found a way. One way or another, I'd have found a way. So I'm the only reason why I'm telling you this is I can't help you if you're sitting on the outside. You got to take a step. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some learning. You're going to have to learn some things. I'm going to have to repeat some things. I'm going to have to go through some things in order to be able to do it. I can't teach you in an hour what took me 37 years to learn. But over the course of a year, I can teach you all 6 of these categories where you can become world class. Now, maybe not completely world class by the end of 12 months, but on a path to world class and credible in 12 months. Solid. Certified in 12 months. I can deliver on that. Okay? I've helped millions of people. I've helped over 1,000 people get to $1 million a year in network marketing. And tens of thousands get to 6 figures. I can help you. So I've never done this before. This is the first time we've ever done certification. If you want, I will take it a step beyond what you're even thinking right now. Some of you are saying, I'm not sure, and all of you are trying to figure out payments and, can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? Can we do that? Just talk to our people. We're not trying to keep you out. We're not trying to reject you. If you need somehow some creative payment structure, just contact our people and we'll work with you in order to be able to figure that out. But if you want to get real leverage, pay attention to this. It's not just about you getting certified. Here's what it's about. How many people can you get certified on your team? How many?
Yeah.
Because think about 10 people certified on your team versus 10 people that aren't. They will outperform on such a massive level. Well, I only have 2 people on my team. Well, get 2 people to make the decision with you. Now the 3 of you can do it together and get yourself to be certified and strong. If you got 10, you got 100, be unreasonable. Have some people who are just joining your business today and recommend that they get involved with certification. Ida says, I have 0 on my team. Well, then guess what? It starts with you.
Yeah.
This is where you need to go. So I'm just going to tell you, for real and no kidding, I want to equip an army of certified people to go out and on a very personal level impact the lives of everybody they touch. And I want them to release the fear, release the self-doubt, release the insecurity, and replace that with competence, skills, mindset, and leadership. Okay? So, Pete.
I love it. Hey, guys, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play this last video from Marina, session 11, and then I'm going to come back in here, share a few more things, and we might take a few questions today. But if you're ready to go, you can click the button, sign up. And if you have questions for a program advisor, do that right now. Go create it. Go speak with them. Overcome your objections. Those of you that are resonating so quickly, you might find yourself doing that often, because I did. Like, I found myself saying, yeah, I can't do this. I'll do it next year. I don't have the money. I don't have the support. I don't have the team. Like, man, time, money, all of that stuff can be figured out. And I bet you this could be a massive step in the direction of you seeing your team built as you figure out how to invest in yourself. So let's watch this last video from session 11 with Marina. I'm going to share a few more things, and then we'll wrap the training today. Make sure you put the word advisor or go speak to them right now.
80 million of people quit network marketing every single year. Think about how hard all of you have to work to replace that 80 million every single year. Wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to? Because guess what? What if we save 10%? 10%, it's 10 million people. It's 10 million lives. It's 10 million households. It's 10 million lives that you can impact and make them better. I mean, I feel huge responsibility. And in my mind, anything and everything I can do to be part of this solution, I'm going to do. And that's why Eric and I so obsessed about all the trainings, all the programs, all the certification program. I don't want it to be just a program. I want that whole certification program become a movement. I want it to be that little snowball at the top of the mountain that once we kick it in with this weekend, that will become the avalanche. This is the day that changed network marketing profession. I want it to be written in the network marketing history books. When people say, you know what, that was the day, that was the weekend, that was the time when I realized that I need to change my entire perception about what we do. I'm not a beggar. I'm not here to twist anybody's arm. I'm here to share the gift. I'm here to share the opportunity with pride and joy. And here's the thing. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Being an owner of your own business is never easy. It's not easy in network marketing. It's not easy in any generic business. It's not easy anywhere. It's hard. It's a lot of sleepless nights. It's a lot of risk. The journey is the purpose, not the prize. And then the journey. The journey is everything. And that's journey going to be your legacy. So think about it. What legacy you want to leave behind? It's up to each and every one of you how you're going to live and what legacy you're going to leave. What do you want to be known for? What do you want the legacy to leave behind? What do you want? The idea that came into my mind is something like she was obsessed about living the life of impact and inspired millions of women and men around the world to think bigger, lead boldly, rise to the highest level of their potential. She was a living proof that the vision, when vision means relentless determination and drive in the pursuit of excellence, there are no limits to what's possible.
Wow. That's pretty crazy, Eric. Pretty powerful. Anything you want to say real quickly there as I share kind of last things?
Talking about is obsession is necessary. For to do great things, obsession is required. It's really hard to totally change your life with a casual approach. So, Pete, I think people have questions, and look, when it comes to what we talked about today, we wanted to be able to try and recap maybe we bit off a little more than we could chew trying to put 3 full days into 1 hour, but try to cover as much as possible. And over the course of the GoPro weekend, we did the crazy, which was let people participate for $3, $1 a day over the course of the 3 days. Our goal is to provide as much value as possible. And then after the hours, this is an invitation for those that are really ready to go, and hit it. So a couple things that people are asking, Pete, is one, how do they get the PDF for staying to the end? How are we going to send that out? Number two, a lot of people are asking, how do they talk to an advisor, because they're putting advisor into the chat.
Okay,
so
let me go through these housekeeping, Eric, and then we'll answer a couple more questions really quickly
and
here.
If you gotta go, you gotta go. Some people saying I gotta go incognito at work. I'm gonna be listening, but I'm gonna be at work doing something else. I totally get it. If you gotta go, you gotta go. If you want to hang out and we'll have some Q&A on any question you want. I'm happy to be able to do that and share some time with you. I'm really proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for listening through the whole stuff. I'm proud of you for some of you have this inner civil war going on in your heart and in your head. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I do this? Should I not do this? You've made and unmade the decision 7 times over the course of the last 20 minutes. Talk with somebody. Talk with somebody and let us help you work it out. My love language is contribution. I want to help you as much as possible. And I want you to have a change where you look back 5 years from now and say, this was the best decision I ever made. I'm a pro. What the big decision that I made 3.5 years into network marketing is I'm going to become a pro. What I didn't have was a playbook. I did not have a coach. I found my coaches one at a time, and I made my own playbook. But now I want to pass it on. I want to take everything I know, 37 years, in all 6 of these topics in order to be able to pass it on to you. So you can go with confidence, knowing that if you follow that roadmap, you're going to be able to have success. So, Pete, how we want to handle
Hey, Eric, I'm going to take 2 or 3 minutes to just wrap things up, and then I'm going to turn it back over to you to be able to answer questions, and I will jet out. So, guys, really quickly, because you're asking some of the logistics. This is open till Sunday. We will keep this open till Sunday, and you've got 2 options here: the pricing and the bonuses. Some of the pricing will stay the same, but the bonuses do go away. Here's where you go. If you have questions, there's a thing right there on your dashboard. Have questions, talk to a program or billing advisor. Or if you're just ready to join, you can choose to join right away, guys. So there we go. That's what you want to do if you have any questions. Here are the dates. Take a quick picture of this because I'm going to go fast. All of these will be live virtually and in person. But then they'll be put in your dashboard to do on-demand training within a week to 2 weeks right there. So that is the year in a nutshell. That's about what's about to change your life. And then the closing date for this will be the 14th because the next day is when the program starts. So you're going to want to take advantage. We'll get your fast track guide emailed to you tomorrow. But don't worry about that tomorrow. Worry about your year today. Worry about your year being impacted today. So you can join. I'm not sure why the arrow's down there. The arrow should be in the far right corner right there to join the program. Or if you have a question to talk to a program or billing expert, talk to them. They can break it up. They can create, payment plans. They can do special things. So go have that conversation. So team, make sure you're helping them understand how to get back to their dashboard so they can do that. Eric, the last thing I'm going to share is I love the fact that you and Marina wanted to pilot something like this. And so we piloted something like this, and it was called the Leadership Lab. And I just want you to see this before I turn it over to Eric. The Leadership Lab, there was a bunch of people in one company that they kept track of. It's now the new version of certification. And they kept track of it, and they said the people who were in the Leadership Lab, the average person was growing like 19%. And I'll let Eric speak to this once I just show a powerful document. But the people who were in the Leadership Lab were growing on average 1,500%. Now, we can't guarantee that everywhere, but we know that they were getting specialized training from Eric and Marina. And what's in the certification is even greater than what was in the leadership lab. They said the difference was 19% versus 1,500%. Most people don't understand what that means. Let me show it to you. That's what it means. Somebody making $1,000 a month that grows 19% is making $1,190 a month. So yes, that's a growth, and a lot of us would take that. But Eric, the same person making $1,000 a month that grows 1,500% is now making $15,000 a month. Like, the difference between 19 and 1,500%, 19% and 1,500% is extreme. Well, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's 30%, 50%, 100%. I don't know what it's going to be for you, but I know this training is going to has the ability to change your career, and we don't want you to wait and hold off. And so, Eric, I'm going to turn it back over to you because I get on a flight pretty quickly. I'm going to let you take
Pete.
questions man, I'm fired up about this program.
Me too. Well, let me answer some questions that I'm seeing in the chat right away. And if you got to go, you got to go. Okay? It was great seeing you. The happiest of holidays to you. I'm proud of you for making the step and doing what you're doing. If you can hang out and you want to just chat for a bit and get some questions answered, let me just help you with some logistics. The PDF on this summary, we'll email that to you tomorrow. Those of you who were $3 people over the course of the GoPro weekend, there was 24-hour replay available for those 3 days. If you want the full replay of the full 3 days, that was for VIP people, it was $97 for people to get the full replay and be able to have that lifetime. That's going to be at least a couple weeks to put that all together because we have 6 different languages to be able to kind of sync up and make work. So it's going to take some time for our team to be able to put that together, but you'll get that via email. So you get the recap via email. The $3 people on the replay, you got that for 24 hours. That's expired now. You can upgrade for 97 and get it long term. Those of you who are VIP people, you can expect it in a few weeks. Okay. What other questions do you have? How do we attend in person? The program people will help you with that. It's kind of first come, first serve, yes, on the attending in person parts of certification. The version in English, they still have to add that stuff. It's quite complex, as you can imagine, in order to be able to get it out to everybody. We want to get it to you as quickly as possible, believe me. I've only been in network marketing since February, but I strongly believe in the power. After attending, I joined GoPro Academy at level 1. After attending Fast Track today, I feel I should be in GoPro certification. I don't know, but I know I don't have the money to do it. So my question is, am I in the right place? GoPro Academy. Look, GoPro Certified is going to help if you can figure it out, and our people will help you. If you need to be creative, some of you are saying, I saw in the chat, I just don't get, I can't get access to the money until the end of the month, or I can't start until January 1st, or whatever. Work with the people in our organization to be able to lock up a spot. We're not throwing up hard barriers. We can figure out a way to help you get going. And some of you just like need to make a payment and then use the information in order to be able to earn more money to be able to make the other payments. We're not going to send you to collections or something. You know what I mean? We want to help you win. Okay, this is about inclusion, not exclusion. That's what it's about. But it's a serious commitment for sure. What else? Can we reminder on payments? Yeah, you talk with the people on that. What questions do you have of me that I can help you with? Anything you can. 3 top tips for increasing visibility to help us find the people that need our products and services. Here's what I'm going to teach you in the program. finding people is not a high level skill. Some of you think it is. You have limiting beliefs about that. But I will show you step by step how to never run out of high quality people that will be interested in your products. Never, ever, ever. I want to teach you how to build a network of people who are natural clients for your products, natural prospects for your products. They exist inside your phone with the people that you know, but the people that they know. If you know 300 people, they each know 300 people. What's 300 times 300? 9,000 or 90,000? Might be 90,000. It's a big number. I'll show you how to network beyond just the people that you know to the people that they know. I'll show you how to find people on social media. I'll show you how to attract people by what you post in building your brand. I'll show you. It's going to start with fundamental stuff. Okay? Some of you have, the biggest thing I got to do is help you get out of your limiting beliefs. Some of you are absolutely trapped in your limiting beliefs. Absolutely trapped. And so long as you're stuck there, I can't get you to breakthrough. The limiting beliefs, we got to rewire your mind to think entrepreneurially. Yeah, Samir says, I'm trapped and ready to change. Good. Awareness of where you're stuck is what will help you get unstuck. And sometimes it needs to be drastic. Please, Eric, can someone pay to get the recording for the weekend program only? Yeah, I mean, can someone? Yes. How do they do that? Hamida, just go to support@networkmarketingpro.com and let them know that you'd like to get the lifetime recordings. Let them know. What does making a decision feel like? Scary as hell. It's super scary. It's like, here's what I would tell you. The hard part is getting to that moment. Scary, freaked out, sweaty palms, like self-doubt all over the place. But I got to tell you, once I really made the decision, 3.5 years after, all the fear that I had in my body left after I made it. Up until that, I was freaking out. But once I made it, the fear left my body. And I went, you know what? I have a plan now. I'm just going to relax into it. I'm going to find my coaches. I'm going to find my mentors. I'm going to learn the stuff, and nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me. I can go all the way to the top. So if you're in anxiety right now, the other side of decision is where that gets released. Up until the decision, it's going to stay anxious. And if you're still anxious, you haven't really made the decision yet. For some of you, writing the check is not the full decision. Clicking the button and signing up is not the full decision. It's that plus what are you prepared to do? It's that plus playing all in. Right? That's the name of the game. How do you start a conversation with somebody you don't know on the phone? Patrice, you don't need to. You don't need to. I can show you how to network your way to always have an introduction to every single person. To always have an in, to always be able to, how to get into conversations and transfer those people into prospects, move people into prospects of your product or your opportunity. I'll show you how to do this without anxiety and effort. Okay? You don't have to technologically knock on doors. You don't. Because even if it worked for you, how many people do you think you're going to be able to get to do that also? Is that going to duplicate? Probably not. You got to come up with a process that you can do and teach other people to do. Will I train you on overcoming objections? 100%. How to answer any question, overcome every objection. But not only that, I'm going to teach you how to teach people how to do it. We don't have time to cover it today, but I'll teach you how to role play every question. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'm not a salesperson. I don't know enough people. I don't want to bother my friends. I need to pray about it. I've got to talk to my spouse. Right? Every objection you've ever heard, I'll show you a simple process to not only be able to answer anyone, but teach everyone. Okay? Is attraction marketing fundamental to network marketing? It's a piece. It's a piece. I'll show you how to go find people actively, proactively, and then also how to attract. How to get people to come to you. It's a piece. I wouldn't try and just do only attraction marketing where you're sitting back waiting for people to reach out to you a DM. At the beginning, you don't want to sit and wait. You want to start by going to them first, and then others will come to you. And part of building your brand will cause people to come to you, for real. Okay. Not have the money till January. Talk to somebody on the team. Talk to somebody. Figure out what you can do. Okay? Figure out what you can do. I don't want, if you're going to start in a few weeks or whatever, let's start. I'll trust you. You know, have you do some small, tiny thing to lock your spot and then figure out the rest. Okay? Due to separation, working full-time with 3 children, working my business in the evenings, can't afford this. What advice do you have on what I can do to accessing in the meantime? First of all, mad respect. Working full-time, single mom, single parent, I'm guessing. Not the easiest thing in the world. Mad respect for this. What I would say is access whatever you can access. Do what I did. Okay? If there's somebody who believes in you, that will support you, sponsor you, help you in some way, get started, great. If not, access what I have inside of on YouTube, access what I have on social media, access, from your notes from what happened over the course of this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Go do what I did, which is go search. Search, find the information in order to be able to make it all happen. What this program will do is it'll help you go. But mad respect for you figuring out a way to be able to make it happen. With whatever you've got, work with what you have in order to be able to make things happen. Ivana says, the biggest problem for me is to start a conversation. That will no longer be a problem for you. I will show you how to start conversations, how to keep them going, how to teach other people how to do the same thing, how to teach other people to teach. Do I have a podcast? Yes, it's called The Excellence Project. The Excellence Project. You can look that up. You can find that podcast there. That'll help you as well. Okay. One more question. Anybody? Whoever has the best question. When teach you how to communicate. In every program, you're going to be learning how to communicate. Who are my influences? Jim Rohn, Michael Nelson, who is a cross-line mentor of mine early, John Joyce, my dad's close friend, who is a very successful guy, believed in me, and then all the greats, Og Mandino and Brian Tracy and Les Brown, and I got to learn from everybody. When does this end? Whenever you want it to, Michael. Whenever you want it to, brother. You can bail anytime. I won't take it personal. But listen, we'll wrap up. But those of you who are going to make the decision, I'm excited for you. Those of you, maybe today we got you a little bit closer to a decision. My whole purpose for the GoPro weekend, my whole purpose was to guide you to a decision. A decision says, you know what? I'm done playing small. You know what? I'm going to figure it out. You know what? I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to master this. I'm not going to live at 2% of my potential. I'm just not going to do it. Just not going to. The day that turns your life around is the day you make a decision for real. And for those of you who have made a decision or are getting ready, sometimes you need to circle it. You know, for me, I need to circle the decision. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Boom. And then the day, sometimes your whole life can change in one decision. I hope today we moved you at least towards it. Okay? So, mad love. Happy holidays. Those of you in the program, I'm excited to work with you. Those of you not in the program, I hope at some point in the future you can choose to join. We do amazing work in network marketing. And the biggest work we do is we encourage the development of people from top to bottom. So go out and pour yourself into other people. Help other people. And everything for you will be taken care of. Okay? So talk to our team. I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Everybody have the greatest holiday and the best to your families. Mwah.